I brought Teemo to a summoner skirmish because he completely counters Irelia. The match started out with a perfect hand. My opponent played a tie turner and then it was back to me, where I immediately threw down a sneaky deckhand and hid my blue Teemo, where I then passed it back to him. He decided to bring the tie turner over to the abandoned hall and then throw down a Stellacorn in base. And after noticing he tapped out, I played a spray fountain and brought it right over to the tie turner, taking it out, where I then decided to hide my purple Teemo and pass back to him, where he then brought his Stellacorn over to the Grove of the Godwillow, causing me to flip Teemo. And as I selected the Stellacorn with Teemo, he played a defiant dance targeting Teemo. And it was time to gamble, where I hit a Nocturne off of the first card. This was insane. And I followed it up with 4. This was looking really good. I decided to play the Nocturne over at the hall just in case if he had anything else that was kind of crazy, where he then decided to rebuke my sneaky deckhand, which was pretty crazy.
Take this! Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So I then decided to use my last energy to play a stacked deck, which I opted to take a Windsinger, and with Teemo being at 0 might, he unfortunately died, where he then played a Tide Turner in base, swapping the Stellacorn to draw another card, and then it was back to me, where again, I brought my Sprite over to the Tide Turner, taking it out. I feel like I've been here before. I then decided to hide a Windsinger and pass it back to him, where he played down a Boots of Swiftness, attaching it over to the Stellacorn and pushing directly into my Sprite. And from there, I decided to play a Sprite Call, trying to bait out any extra spells from him. And with it being 6-5, he decided to flash the Stellacorn back just to save it, which was okay. And it was back to me. And with me going up to 7 points, this was not looking good for him. I then decided to play a turn to Dust on his Boots of Swiftness, which was okay. I then revealed Teemo and decided to hide a switcheroo because I was planning on switching Teemo and whatever unit he would bring in, where I then passed it back to him. He then moved over to the Windsinger, which I really wanted to get more resources, so I decided to throw down a Rebuke, and it actually went through. I'm kind of surprised. He then threw down a GA, followed by a Vex, and after equipping it and bringing it over to the abandoned hall, I decided to flip over my switcheroo, swapping Teemo and Vex. And with unfortunately being tapped out, there was nothing he could do, which secured me the double hold, and the game was over. But honestly, pretty good game.